history is intertwined with London's history and local textile manufacturing. Immigration beginning with the Huguenot refugees from France and Spitalfields, then Irish weavers, the Ashkenazi Jews, and Bangladeshis in the last century have all helped shape the area. The area became a center for weaving, tailoring, and the clothing industry due to the abundance of semi and unskilled immigrant labor. Immigrants would come to this area for work. Though the factories have all since been converted into shops and bars and restaurants, Spitalfields and Brick Lane is still linked to textiles. Handcrafted clothing and vintage threads line the markets and the streets here. Spitalfields has a historical association with the silk industry. The silk industry was established by French Protestant refugees called Huguenots. By the Victorian era, the silk industry had entered a steady decline, and many of the grand houses built by the wealthy Huguenot merchants became multi-occupancies. The neighborhood became slums. An 1860 treaty Great Britain made with France allowed importing of cheaper French silks. This left weavers in Spitalfields, Bethnal Green, and Shoreditch impoverished. New trades, such as furniture and bootmaking, came to the area. The large windowed Huguenot houses, suitable for tailoring, attracted Jewish refugees. These new residents were the next significant wave of immigrants. They were drawn to live and work in the textile industry located here. According to academic John Mackey of FIE, the Jewish population started to assimilate into the larger English population, especially as second-generation Jews came of age. They were not just interested in Jewish foods and life centered around the synagogue and traditional way of life. And as this happened, they started to move out of the Brick Lane area. Bengali settled in the East End for its industrial employment. The high concentration of male workers made it possible for the many food or curry outlets to be opened. Brick Lane is now the famous curry capital of the UK. There are many Indian or Bangladeshi restaurants lining the street. The street is the location for Monica Ali's book Brick Lane. It was published in 2003, and now it is also a film. Brick Lane and its surrounding areas are also known for its art. World-renowned graffiti artists Banksy, Deface, and Ben Eine have all been featured on the lane. The E1 postcode boasts the highest concentration of artists anywhere else in Europe. Among them, stars such as Tracey Emin and, formerly, Gilbert and George were based here for years. Brick Lane is heavily photographed by art students, and many art schools exhibit their work here. But the question arises, whose Brick Lane is it? Many fear that the new group of younger, affluent patrons are ruining the scene or diminishing authenticity. As previously mentioned, issues of corporate presence and gentrification are hot topics. Part of what Brick Lane has done through the years is hosted different types of people with various lifestyles and cultures. Even as some may leave, they also leave behind their imprint on the neighborhood in the form of traditions like the bagel shop and architecture, such as the Huguenots. In closing, there are many reasons that have brought people to Brick Lane in the past. Those reasons were primarily religious freedom and economic opportunities. There are more reasons that bring people to the area in recent times, whether they are searching for bargains, culture, religion, freedom of artistic expression, fashion. They can find it all on Brick Lane.